Hello, and welcome to the Wild Side of Weight Loss podcast. I am your host, Leah Davidson, an online nutrition and fitness coach, and this podcast is for women who are struggling with weight gain, low energy, and hormonal changes, so you can create sustainable weight loss and confidently reconnect to your passion, your purpose, and the people that you love. Each week, I'll be sharing my own stories and lessons and tools from my own journey to help you reach your goals faster and remind you that you are not in this alone. I'm so grateful that you're here, and welcome to the Wild Side. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a returning listener, I'm so grateful to have you back. But today is going to be some real talk. On this episode, I share stories. I share my experiences, and you guys are my people, and I want to share them with you. And if it's too much for you, feel free to hit that stop button and move on with your day. But I know that there's somebody out there who needs to hear this, and someone who may be feeling alone or feeling guilt or feeling shame, or somebody just feeling stuck that needs to know they aren't alone. So I'm sharing this with you guys. Thanks for having an open heart and allowing me to share with you. And always my intention coming out of this is to share love and connection, and I'm not looking for anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm not looking to woe is me. I'm just sharing things that I learned along the way, because these situations didn't happen to me. They happened for me. And so today we're going to talk about when you first started gaining weight, or starting an unhealthy habit, or becoming sick. Mostly this is speaking to those women who are looking to lose weight, because this is something that I had to learn and understand. And I did a lot of reflecting in the last few years. And I was thinking about, when was the time I first started gaining weight? And I invite you to reflect on that. What was happening in your life, where you were at mentally, and what was going on? Because I guarantee you there's something going on. And maybe it made you gain weight and you lost it again. Maybe you kept the weight on and then you had kids, and then you have menopause, and something else happened and something else happens. And what can happen is that the weight is a symptom for things that are happening in our lives, and they just sort of keep piling on top of each other. Or maybe we lose some of it and then we gain it back, and lose and then gain it back, which was my story. So thinking back to the time where I started gaining weight, I was sitting on my bed. I was 18 years old. I was dressed in a pair of pajama pants and an oversized t-shirt. And it was evening time, and I'm sitting on my bed with a pregnancy test. And the pregnancy test was positive. And I just remember feeling so scared and so alone. I had moved out of my parents' house at this time. I was 16 years old when I moved out. So this would have been a little while later. But I was on the run. I was on the run from myself. I was abandoning myself. My birth mother had abandoned me when I was just a little girl. And so ever since then, I was searching for something, but I think I was also trying to hide from something. And I just feel like I was on the run for most of my young adult life. And so I wasn't speaking to my parents. I didn't have that support system. And I was in a situation where, I didn't have the support around me, and I felt alone and I felt scared. And I knew that I couldn't go through with this pregnancy because, I was just a scared little girl. And not only did I not feel worthy or capable, I secluded myself and ran away from the people in my life who probably at the end of the day would have taken care of me and would have helped me. So that's a big reason why I talk so much about our journey being the reconnection back to ourselves, because somewhere along the way, in large or small forms, we have abandoned ourselves or we're hiding from something. And so that's when I really started to put weight on. And so when we have these traumatic situations that happen to us in our life, these are like emotional triggers. And when we have these triggers and we have these emotions, our body goes into a stress response. And so the stress response is something that we observed, we learned, we witnessed in our childhood. And the way that I learned to cope with discomfort and emotional dysregulation was by eating. And so it started with eating and also turned into drinking. And that's what really started to put the weight on for the first time. And I think I started eating before then because of the whole like moving out and being on my own and not taking care of myself and getting in with the wrong crowd and doing the partying and all that kind of stuff. So I think it did start a little bit before that, but that was kind of the biggest part that I can look back and remember on. So yeah, I was super scared, and it took a long time for me to be able to forgive myself. And realize that not only was the food a coping mechanism, but it was also a protection. My body was trying to protect me from feeling all these emotions, starting with being abandoned by my mother when I was younger and other things in childhood, and the guilt and the shame of the life that I was leading and the decisions that I was making. It was in a way of protection. So hiding, protecting. And in real life, when emotional dysregulation happens, our brains take us back to the first times when we were emotionally dysregulated with what happened to us and says, oh, these feelings are familiar, right? Like it can be something totally different. Like you forgot to take meat out of the freezer for dinner or something, or you didn't get something done, or you let someone down. And so your emotions go to that place where you're feeling unworthy or like you're not enough. And so the brain recognizes those emotions and then takes you back to when it happened. And the brain is like, nope, we don't want you to feel these. What can we do to suppress these, to make these feelings go away instantly? What's the easiest way? Grabbing a drink, grabbing food, binging out on Netflix. So in adulthood, what used to protect us from trauma that was happening, what used to be our escape, understanding that that we are safe now and we don't need that for protection anymore. And maybe some of you are in a place where you still don't feel safe, where there are still things happening to you and not sure how to get through that. I hear you. I'm with you. Again, you are not alone. And yeah, maybe you've gone through things in the past. Maybe you're still going through things. Maybe there's different things. Maybe there's something new all the time. You feel like you don't know who you are or how you got here or why certain things are happening. Like, I hear you. And I've been there. And it's a journey. It's a journey to get through those hard things, to get to a place where you can work through it. I had help. It got to a point where I could not. It was either I reach out for help and change, or I was going to spiral down this black hole of probably eventually death. I mean, we all die eventually, but yeah, I had to reach out for help. And so whatever that looks like for you, somebody that you can trust, a close person, therapy. I did therapy. I've also done somatic work, lots of different avenues that you can take, because it is a process and it's not just something that we can let go of. It's something that we have to work through, and different things work for different people. But it's one of the things that I give my clients tools to use, things that have helped me. It's in a more private setting, but yeah, it's one of the things that I get into in my 3-day events. My next one is coming up in October. So it's October 23rd, 2026. And in real time, we're going to be going through these emotional triggers and understanding how we can work on healing them or take steps towards healing them so that we can bring our soul back to safety. So then we can start taking care of ourselves in a way that doesn't feel like we're fighting our body or we are fighting a losing battle. Because it can really feel like that no matter how much we push, no matter how much we try, things aren't changing because we're just like a mess in here, and we can run from it and we can abandon ourselves and we can numb and we can cope, but it's still going to be there. So it's one of the areas that needs to be tended to when it comes to our health, our weight loss, fitness journey. If you are interested to know more about upcoming events, I share them in my small group. I put the link below in the show notes. I wasn't even going to talk about this today, how it turned into my event. But yeah, here we are. Everything happens for a reason, right? I will put the link to my small group in the show notes. It's free. So come as you are, and you're welcome to join me and learn more about the upcoming event that I'm hosting. And yeah, just learn that, or just to know that there are tools out there, and there are women who can help you. There are women who have helped me that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, I think the moral of this podcast is it's just a reflection for you to go back and find those times where your body was trying to protect you with habits that are still showing up in your life because they are your automatic stress responses, the alarms going off to small stress, big stress. Your brain doesn't know the difference between the sizes of stress. It could be, I have 15 activities that I have to do after work today, plus make dinner. Or it can be, like a tornado hitting your house or something. Like your brain doesn't know the difference between that kind of stress. So no matter what, those stress responses are going to be going off. So finding out what those are, awareness is always the first step to change. So becoming aware of it, journaling about it, having a plan in place instead. For example, like with binge eating, which is something that I struggled with in the past because that was a stress response. So knowing that, hey, like this situation is coming up, I know it's going to be stressful. What can I do? I can load up my cabinets with things that are nutritious. I can get lots of sleep, not have certain things in the house that I know are going to tempt me, to have an accountability partner, somebody that I can talk to, just make sure I'm taking care of myself and being aware of it. So it's not like you have to fix everything and let it go. It's just becoming aware and having a plan and accessing tools and resources, which I want to share with you guys if you need them. So yeah. So these situations, they teach me a lot about the parts of me that need to be healed. And it's really hard. It's hard to do this work. It's messy. We just want to shove it down and forget about it. We don't want people to know about it because we feel guilt and shame. And I totally get that. I would way rather do that. But I know at the end of the day, it's not going to make things better. It's going to make things worse. So having the courage to go through that discomfort, having the courage to go within and shine a light on those dark places that have not had light in a very long time, it's totally worth it. You will come out feeling 10 feet taller. Color will have more color. Things will be more clear. And taking care of yourself and being present and taking care of the people around you will start to feel so much more natural and effortless because you have a light inside you that wants to come out. And it may just be shadowed, hiding under a cozy blanket somewhere, and just being dimmed. And you were put on this earth to shine your light. And the world needs it. The world needs you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you for listening if you made it all the way through. And I just want to tell you that you are worthy and you are enough and you are loved. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next podcast.